When it comes to game stalking and projections, the game stalkers like to use anchoring. And what I mean by anchoring, I'm talking about how, for instance, say, okay, you got a group of game stalkers that got on a particular color, red or yellow or whatever the case may be. Now, if you have a negative reaction to that, whether it's anxiety, whether it's anger, fear, whatever the case may be, then the game stalker is going to use that to harass you with. It may be, it can also be different hand gestures. They can scratch their head, scratch their nose, or you can even have the one head like cars, following you around. But my point is, whatever you focus on, that's what they're going to use against you. Not only that, in my last video, I talked about how, the organic portals were soulless. And I feel like game stalkers are organic portals, most of them. And they're soulless. So, but since we're souled individuals, and we have a spirit and we're connected to the universe, naturally we're creators. We have the ability to create. Okay? Now, these game stalkers, these organic portals, they have, you can call them, the masters or whatever, or the leaders or whatever, but they're soulless too, and they know that people with souls have the ability to create. That's just in our essence. That's in our makeup. We have the ability to literally create out of thin air. We can affect matter. So they want us, they want to paint a picture of the world for us. Through the television, through game stalking and all that, trying to depict an illusion that the world is so bad. Therefore, once the collective souls here on the earth see these images, they start to believe in the illusion, and they feel like that's reality. And through our consciousness, we begin to create. The more we believe in these things, because it's not just seeing it, it's the emotion behind it. Our emotions is what creates. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's very important for us to have full control of our emotions, for a number of reasons. One being that these game stalkers, they don't have the fuel. If we have control of our emotions and we just block it out, and we don't have fear and anxiety or whatnot, they don't have anything to feed on. They run out of different tactics to harass us with and try to anchor us with. Number two, if we have control of our emotions, then we don't feed these demonic entities that feed on the fear, the anger. Okay, so now that we understand that our emotions have the ability to create, either, a good reality or a negative reality, then we have to focus our attention on the good that is still in the world, so that we can begin to create more positivity on the earth. And since, soul individuals are connected to the universe and to nature all around us, we're also connected to each other. And our consciousness, they're connected as well. So when you have a collective consciousness of soul individuals only focusing on the positive, focusing on things that are inspirational, then naturally we begin to create that around us in our environment and on a world scale. So where attention flows, energy goes. Remember that. Where attention flows, energy goes. So we have to focus our attention not on the game stalkers and not on the anchors and the triggers. Don't focus on that. We have to change our perception. Because yeah, okay, we're being gang stalked, but I don't want to say gang stalked, I want to say observed. And they're using the form of mind control. A form of mind control to change our perception. The way we see the world. The way we perceive different events that take place in the world, you know, through the media. A lot of them are hoaxes. They're not even real, you know, they're all made up. But the more people put energy into believing, you know, these so-called, you know, school shootings and wars that are going on over the world, like, you know, like some of the wars, you know, that's actually going on or whatnot. People are being killed, but I believe it's the organic portals, the soulless beings or whatnot. But you know, people can debate that or whatnot back and forth. But anyhow, they want us, you know, to focus on that. And if we put our emotions into it, our emotions are energy, and we're creators by nature. Therefore, we begin to bring that into a reality. What they're depicting, you know, what they're putting before our eyes through television, through the media. Okay? That's why it's called television. It's telling your vision something. And the majority of the time, what it's telling our visions is false. Now, organic portals, some people, you know, they may argue and say, well, you know, they're not aware of what they're doing. And I would like to disagree with that, because for the simple fact is, I don't know if anyone's familiar with the term narcissistic smirk, but that's basically, you know, when a narcissist, say they're trying to provoke you or trying to get a certain reaction, and if you give them that reaction, then they have a, you know, a cynical smirk on their face. And I get that a lot, you know, from the game stalkers. You know, like, I won't say a lot, but in certain situations, you know, if I do react, and it doesn't matter how I react, you know, I may see one, you know, trying to provoke me or whatnot, and I may laugh or smile or whatnot, and they have that smirk. It's like a catch-22 with them. It's like you can't win, but it makes sense because they're soulless. You know, they don't have a. It's almost like they're brain dead. You know, they're like robots. They're basically like, you know, biological machines, biological computers. And they're not compatible, you know, with the spiritual aspect of life. So for targeted individuals, which I don't like using that term, I like to say warriors of the universe, basically, because that's what we are. I mean, you have to think to yourself, it takes a certain type of individual to be able to endure trauma-based mind control on a daily basis. Whether it's, being mobbed by gang stalkers, gossip, being fired from your job multiple times, losing family and friends, to be able to still maintain your sanity, but even more so, being able to maintain your humanity. That speaks volumes. So when you look at it like that, as a targeted individual, and you look within and you say, you know what, I still have, compassion. I still have dignity. I still have morals. I still have a consciousness. Through all this, you got to realize that's powerful. But that power has to come from somewhere. And it's from your spirit. Okay? And your spirit is connected to everything in the universe. And you're being watched over. The elite, they know the time is over. The clock is ticking. Their time is already up. And we're not seeing the effects on a world scale, but it is happening. Narcissism is the foundation, for these entities, these beings, these demonic beings, these Satanists. It's their foundation, because what a narcissist does basically is they lure you in to make it seem like, they're the sweetest person. They have the best intentions. They love being around you, and they do anything for you. It's the same thing, with the Matrix, And as soon as you get out of line with the narcissist, whether you question them, whether, their mask starts to come off and you see them for who they truly are, then the tables are turned. And all they see is red. And you're the enemy. And their prime objective is to destroy you inside out till there's nothing left of you. That's the same thing with gang stalking. A lot of people say, well, gang stalkers, TIs may have been whistleblowers. That may be the case, but also it could have been, you awakened. You simply awakened to the Matrix construct and the illusion. And your vibration started to raise, and your consciousness started to raise. And these demonic entities were aware of that because they can see our auras. They can see, our vibrational frequencies. And once they seen that, they have to suppress that by oppression, by persecution. So that's why I always compare, gang stalking to narcissism, because they're one and the same. They're interchangeable. We live in an illusion right now, okay? But the only illusion is the perception of the Matrix.